Now that you know how to save money and you know how to cut out your unnecessary expenses, let's bring just those two together and see what we can do. Thank you for watching this Shama Live Show with your host, Shakama, produced by Boundless Enterprise LLC in association with www.lasvegasnevadadui.com. Now, this video is just to tie in the previous two videos. That is the savings video and the expenses video. A lot of people complain, a lot of black people, this video is for blacks. A lot of black people complain about they don't have enough money. We control $1.1 trillion annually. Annually, each and every year, we control and spend $1.1 trillion. We are the cash cow of America because our community does not save its money. Our community does not reinvest its money into the community. All other communities, Jews, whites, Scandinavians, Mexicans, Asians, Chinese, Filipinos, Haitians, not Haitians, Puerto Ricans, Italians, Eastern Irish, Dutch, Pennsylvania Dutch, the Amish, the third Amish, the Mennonites, the whatever, you get the picture? All reinvest their money into their community. The black community is the only community that spends $1.1 trillion a year and doesn't see one penny of it. Why is that? It's because we are not taught finance. We are so ready to stand up and scream bloody murder that some half white, half Mexican, half Filipino guy shot some half black kid in BFE, Timbuktu, Florida, that has absolutely no impact on anybody. Meanwhile, every 3 seconds, an American dies. Every 3 seconds. Why on earth would we even care about some little kid and some racist guy? Not important. You know what's important? $1.1 trillion a year flowing, erupting, exploding out of the black community. Jesse Jackson, Farrakhan, Tavis Smiley, Al Sharpton do not talk about $1.1 trillion flowing out of the black community, never to be seen again. And black people marry themselves and bend over for Democrats all day, all night. $1.1 trillion a year leaving the black community. What could we do with that? Take a second to just think about that. What could we do with that? What could I do with that? You know what I could do with that? I could buy a city. I could buy a city. I could buy a city. Do you get the hint? Democrats. You love Democrats so much. Never to be seen again. $1.1 trillion. Never to be seen again. Never. Each and every year. Never to be seen again. Think about that. Go look at my first two videos. I'm not talking... In those two videos, I'm not talking about the black community as a whole and we need to hold hands and sing Kumbaya. I'm talking about you, your family, you and your wife sitting down and looking through your expenses and looking to see how you and your wife and your family, just you and your family. I'm not talking about every black person. I'm talking about you and your wife sitting at the kitchen table saying, how could we grab a hold and keep our portion of that $1.1 trillion that floods out of our goddamn community every year, never to be seen again. $1.1 trillion, never to be seen again. If I can take care of you and your wife and get you on the road and the right track, the $1.1 trillion will take care of itself. If you stop buying $500, $600, $700 cell phones and spending $200, $300, $4 a month to have it, and texting and gadgets and Angry Birds and the rest of the iCrap apps, maybe, just maybe, we might be able to keep some of that $1.1 trillion. I'm not saying do it for the black community. I'm saying do it for your own goddamn house. You're foolish. I don't have such things in my life at all. There is nothing in my house that is not making me money. Everything in my house makes me money or keeps me alive. That means toilet paper and food. And yes, I am very upset about this issue. Of course, I was nice and professional the first two videos, but the gloves need to come off in this video because I've set the groundwork. You know what I'm talking about in this video. And if you haven't, go back and look at those first two videos. I should number them. I'll number them. Look at the first two videos in this series. That's right, $1.1 trillion leaving. That means you as a man and your wife, because you're my demographic. A lot of people watching this video who don't make $80,000 a year are going to be like, what is he talking about, man and wife? You're not a part of my demographic. Sorry. Go get married, have some children, then you'll be a part of my demographic, because more than likely you'll be in the $80,000 range. You and your wife and having your children call the shots on what your household spends money on. Not good. Not good. And we wonder where the $1.1 trillion goes. It doesn't go to the black community. That's for sure. It goes out. In fact, it is so bad that they say the black community only retains 1 penny, out of every paycheck. Not dollar, paycheck. So if you get a paycheck with $2,000 in it or $4,000 in it, you retain 1 penny. Now that might not be you personally, but there are so many Negroes out there spending every single dollar in the Korean liquor store, in the Blockbuster, in the Wally World or Walmart, in the red box movie rental box thing. I think that's what it's called. They are spending so much money that even you with $80,000, $200,000, $300,000 a year, let's say you personally retain all of that. You have so many Negroes behind you spending what they don't even have to such a degree that it dwarfs your paycheck. And that has to stop. Like I said, you might not be spending it, but you have 20 Negroes to your one little $300,000 a year paycheck that is ruining your whatever activity you're doing. You might own a business, but there's so many of them who just have jobs. Slavery in this day and age. The Supreme Court called it slavery, but they said if it's voluntary and it's a contract, we can't get in between the employee and the employer. We call it slavery, but since it's under contract voluntarily, they can do it. And Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson and Farrakhan aren't talking about that. What are they talking about? Black people need better jobs. Black people need better jobs. Black people need better jobs. How about black people need businesses? Black need the federal government to get out of the way. Black people need the Democrats to get out of the way so that they can open up businesses, so they can have a family restaurant, so they can have a family gas station, so they can have a family mechanic shop, so they can have a family woodworking shop. How about that? You don't hear Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton and Farrakhan talking about that, nor Tavis Smiley. It's always gimme, 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 handout, handout, handout. Give me, get out the way, get out of my pocket. Democrats, get out of our community. We're not even liberal. We don't believe in homosexuality, and we believe in God. This is the black community we're talking about. We're not talking about some conservative white community deep down in Texas. We're talking about nearly 85% are blacks, if not 90% are blacks. Deeply religious, deeply anti-homosexual. And it doesn't matter how much you make in the black community or how little you make in it. This is stuff that cuts across the board as being black. Conservative to the core, yet being convinced by the Democrat propaganda machine that they're Democrats. What have Democrats done for you for 60 years? They gave you Detroit. Now, I made the first two videos. Go back and look at them. Glean every word that I say, glean. And in fact, the second one, I made the English and I proposed the words in such a way, a special way, that are subliminal. So I would recommend that you watch the second video over and over and over again, because there are subliminal messages in it that are good for you. I didn't put anything subliminal in it for it to be my benefit. It's for your benefit. Now, the next video, I'm going to start talking about investing. How can we retain that $1.1 trillion that's flooding out of our community yearly? That's every year. That's every goddamn year. And we don't get a dime of it, and we don't ever see it ever again. You want to stop Wall Street? You want to rally against Wall Street? You want JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, the Bilderberg Group, the Illuminati? You really want to do some damage? Have black people save all of that $1.1 trillion. It will be a war. And I'm intended to start it right here in the next video. Thank you for watching Shakama Live.